Right, event 3 of the final is about to go down. So, just a little bit of a recap. Event 1, Mitchell Hooper came first on the Kanak medley with 21.9 seconds. Second, Tom Stoltman, 24.75. Third, Alexei Novikov. Just going to do the top 3 for now. Second event was the deadlift. Now, Alexei Novikov won the deadlift with 15 reps. Again, just absolutely phenomenal performance. Like on the last video, it just like Mariusz Podnoski, just leaves it all on the platform. Nothing to spare. Blood gushing out of his nose, nearly to passing out. It's just an absolutely phenomenal performance. So first place, 15 reps, Alexei Novikov. Second was Trey Mitchell, tied with Tom Stoltman. They both got 13 reps. Mitchell Hooper came joint fourth with two other people as well. So Mitchell Hooper got 12 reps along with Martins Lissis and Brian Shaw. I think Martins Lissis did 13 but was disallowed one. I don't know why. Maybe he did like put the deadlift down before he got the down signal. I'm sure there'll be good reason. Magnus Magnuson is refereeing this year, so you know he doesn't mess about and he doesn't tend to make mistakes. So I'm sure there's good reasons. So the points coming into this event are Alexei Novikov in the lead with 18 points, Tom Stoltman half a point behind with 17.5, Mitchell Hooper on 16, and then Trey Mitchell 12.5, Martins Lissis back on 12, Brian Shaw on 11, and Luke Stoltman on 10. So this is looking pretty good. This event now, it's quite hard to gauge who's going to do what. I can really see, I mean, Alexei Novikov's in the lead right now, and I can honestly see Alexei Novikov doing very well on this. He's so explosive, you know, he's quite, not to be offensive, he's quite short arms, so it's quite good in this kind of event, you know, from behind the neck, it's just like a little movement above the head. It really just suits him down to the ground. I believe Tom and Luke have been doing really big figures in the gym as well, pressing 230 kilo. I know Brian Shaw is going to be good on this. The thing with Brian is, like on the deadlift, he didn't quite fit into the apparatus. Honestly, he was absolutely squashed into the deadlift, which is a little bit unfair. You know, it does suit the smaller guys, but you've got to do what you got to do. You know, it is what it is. He did suffer for that though, and I think he's going to suffer on this as well. I don't think he's going to be able to get his hands wide enough to sort of get the spread he wants on the overhead. But as Martins Lissis, he's going to be a good overhead as well. So this is going to be a really interesting event. You can just see it there. Can I zoom in on this? No, I can't. But all the guys in the orange shirts there, just setting it all up. Basically, it's rocks. So if you watch The World's Strongest Man religiously, I think it's like in the 80s or 90s, they call it the Flintstone press. So it's literally rocks either side of the bar, and they just keep adding more rocks on, and it goes up in weight. So last man standing, basically, max overhead on the Flintstone press. So this is going to be a fun one. So we're just waiting for the Flintstone press to kick off, and I've found Big Z. Big Z, how do you think you would have done in the Flintstone press if you were competing today?
For me, when I train this, I never train for max because I never have to work too hard. So maybe I would do 280 kilogram or enough to win.
Thanks for that, Big Z. That's really good. Are you keeping good? All good back home?
Yes, I train 9 times per day now, and I feel good.
Right, that event just went down. Let me talk you through what happened. So, in first place was Alexei Novikov with 246 kilo, and I must admit he looked pretty comfortable at that. How many more kilos could he have done? I mean, if you'd have put, I asked him and he said if you put 5'6", 450, 250, 260 on the bar, you could probably press it. And you know what, I believe him. He looks so comfortable pressing that weight. I mean, obviously he's a strong, powerful guy, but mixed with the technique, he's just got it down. Like, it was absolutely amazing. In training, he was hitting 240s comfortably, you know, regularly. And you got to bear in mind, he's been training for fighting a war as well at the same time. So just insane. Second place was Tom Stoltman with 240. Now he bowed out at 246. He didn't want to go on, and I understand why. You've got to think what events is coming up. So in his positions that he's in right now, I understand why. He's got some great events coming up. I can't see him losing this final now. I really can't. He nearly missed the 235, Tom. He basically held it, and then just as it was sort of coming down, he got the down signal. There's a little bit of a question mark on it, whether he got the lift or not. But he got the lift, and rightfully so, because he went on to do 240 so much easier. You know, so there's obviously a lot more in the tank for Tom. He just doesn't want to get injured now, and I think that's key. You know, what's the point in busting a shoulder when he knows what's coming up? Got two great events, power stairs and stones for Tom, so I get it. Third place was Martin's Lissis. He looked very comfortable as well, up to 235, and hit 240, and it just completely changed the game for Martin's. Max right. And then we've got a four-way tie for fourth place. Maxime Boudreau, Trey Mitchell, Brian Shaw and Luke Stoltman. Now I think out of all those guys, Trey Mitchell surprised me the most. He absolutely blasted up all the weights right up to 212, and then we went to 221, I believe, or 225, sorry, and it's as if it just added another 100 kilo. But right up until the 212, Trey was doing absolutely phenomenal. Like, I thought he was going to win the event. I really do. He looked so comfortable. Brian Shaw and Luke Stoltman, very strong. But yeah, I think they were just losing that power, sort of getting it to here and then just not, you know, sort of falling forward with it. Eighth place, Mitchell Hooper with 200 kilo. Now, Mitchell couldn't press behind the neck. He didn't say this up front, you know. He was lifting up from the front. He was the only one to press in front of his face. And he still did 200 kilo. He literally missed out on the 212 by that much. It was so close. A4 Melstead came on joint ninth with 190 kilos, along with Gabriel Rahome. Now you've got to remember, there's what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7 guys doing over 210 kilo there. In 1995, 210 kilo was the world record, and now we've got 8 guys doing it. I think it just goes to show how the sport evolves and how much it sort of does move on. You know, all the science, the recovery, the protein, everything gets evolved, and you know, the athletes are getting bigger and stronger. Simple fact. So points overall. I think this is exciting for the UK and Ukraine. Novikov in the lead with 28 points. Tom in second place with 26.5. And then 6.5 points back, it's Martin's Lissis. And this is why I think Tom has already won the World's Strongest Man, basically, is because he's just got such good events coming up. I mean, you'd have to literally die, I think, to lose this title now. Bus pull, he's going to be top 3 on that. The power stairs, he's going to be top 3 on that, and then the outstones, he's definitely going to win. So, and you put it like that, like top 3. Even if Martin's won those 2 events and Tom came third on those 2 events, he's still not going to beat him on the stones. So yeah. So Martin's on 20, Mitchell Hooper on 19, Trey Mitchell on 18, Brian Shaw on 16.5, Luke Stoltman on 15.5, Maxime Boudreau on 11.5, Gabriel Rahome on 6, and A4 Melstead on 4. So that wraps up day 1 of the World's Strongest Man final, event 3. Tomorrow we have the bus pull, we have the power stairs, and we have the Atlas stones. So I mean, I've already sort of given my prediction what's going to happen tomorrow, but still, it's going to be mega exciting. I'm really looking forward to seeing the action unfold and seeing who's going to be crowned World's Strongest Man 2020. So, hope you enjoyed the content, guys. Sorry I can't film any of the action. You'll have to get snippets off the World's Strongest Man YouTube and Instagram or whatever else. But I'm doing my best to keep you guys updated as best as I can. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Big love the beast. Take care.